Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Quote of the day: if you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. Today, the topic of my presentation is population projection of Pakistan under kind supervision of Professor Dr. Saira Afzal. Learning outline of my presentation is population projection, types of projection, different methods of projection, advantages of population projection, limitation of population projection, and recent advances. In the end of this presentation, participants will be able to describe about population projection, different methods of population projection, and recent updates about Pakistan population projection. Now, what is population projection? Population projection are calculation of future birth rate, death rate, and migration of population based on their past and present condition. According to a UN study, population projection are calculation which show the future course of fertility, mortality, and migration. They are in general purely formal calculation developing the implication of the assumptions that are made. There are different types of projection. Projection made for the whole country are called total projection. And when projection are made for a region, state or province, district or ethnic group, they are called regional or sectoral projection. Total projection are easy to make as compared with regional projection. Now, what is high projection? If it is assumed that the birth rate is high, death rate is low, immigration rate is high, and emigration rate is low, then there is a high projection of population in future. Such a projection is for less developed countries that are passing through the demographic transition stage like Pakistan. Medium projection. If it is assumed that there is a medium increase in birth rate and death rate and medium increase in immigration and emigration, it is known as medium projection of population. Such a projection show a medium increase in the growth rate of population due to the success of family planning and health services. Projection of this type is useful in fast and developed countries. Low projection. If it is assumed that both birth rate and death rate are high and both immigration and emigration rates are also high, then there is a low projection of population. Such a situation exists in very backward and poor countries like Africa. There are different methods of population projection: arithmetical increase method, geometrical increase method, incremental increase method, graphical method, comparative graphical method, and master plan method. These are various methods which are used for population projection. First, we discuss arithmetical increase method. This method is suitable for large and old cities with considerable development. If it is used for small, average, or comparatively new cities, it will give low result than actual value. In this method, the average increase in population per decade is calculated from the past census reports. This increase is added to the present population to find out the population of the next decade. Thus, it is assumed that the population is increasing at a constant rate. This is the formula in which PP denotes the population projection of future. P is for present population and PI is for increase in the population and N is for the number of decades. Now it is explained with the help of example. Predict the population for the year 2021, 2031 and 2041 from the following population data. These are different years and the population are given according to the census report. And how we can use the arithmetical method for solving this scenario. In year 1961, 1971, 1981, 91, 2001, and 2011. These are the population which are given. And you can see there is the difference in the year is almost 10-year difference. And in the increase in population is calculated in this third column. We can minus the present population from our previous population. Like in 1 million, we can minus the 85 lakh, and then this population is again 1.5 million. And when all and when we minus all these, then there is the increase in the population are we find the increase in the population, and average increment is find out with the help of when all these increase are plus and then they are divided by 5, then this average increment is obtained. And when we put in this formula for the calculation of population for 2021, the present population is the population of 2011, which is 2.5 million, plus the average increase in the population, which is 3 lakh, and it is multiplied by 1 because in 2011 and 2021 there is a difference of 10 years. So 1 is the number of decade. First we multiply this 34 lakh with the 1, and then we plus in this figure 2.5 million, and the final answer is got, which is 2.9 million. And when we calculate the population for 2031, then we use the number of 2, which shows the number of decades to from this present population, which is 2011. And when we calculated the population for 2041, then we use the number of decade 3, and all answer are this 2.9 million, 3.2 million, and 3.6 million. So this is the arithmetical method. Now comes the geometrical increase method. In the geometrical increase method of projection, the formula is given. PP shown the projected population, P1 is the present population, 1 is a constant figure, and R shown the growth rate, which is divided by 100, and it is the annual rate of increase or decrease of population, and N is the number of years between the population which are given and the projected population which are calculated. Incremental increase method. This method is the modification of arithmetical increase method. It is suitable for an average size town under normal condition where the growth rate is found to be in increasing order. While adopting this method, the increase in increment is considered for calculating future population. The incremental increase is determined for each decade from the past population, and the average value is added to the present population along with the average rate of increase. This is the formula for the calculation of incremental increase method. Population after n decade is Pn is the projected population, P shown the present population, N is the number of decade, X is the average increase in the population, and Y is the incremental increase in the population. Now we can see with the help of example how we can calculate the population by this method. Consider data given in example 1. Predict the population for year again 2021, 2031, and 2041 using incremental increase method. In this figure, you can see that all are previous one. This is the present population of 2011, and these are the increase in the population in these years. This is the total population which we find out with when we all add this, and this is the average incremental increase, which is gained by when we plus all this and divided by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we can get average incremental increase in population, average increase in the population. And how we get incremental increase? When we minus this figure from this figure, we can get this result, 28,000. When we minus this figure from this figure, then we get this result, 30,4104. We can add all these, and then we can divide it by 4, because these figures are 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this final figure is came 87,000. And now we calculate population in year 2021. This is the present population of 2011. This is the average increase in the population, which is multiplied by 1. This is the number of decade. And here also is the number of decade divided by 2. And this is the incremental increase in population. First we solve this bracket. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 divided by 2, 0. And this 1. So the answer is this. It is when multiplied by 1, the result is same. And this 1 is multiplied by 87729, the answer is same, and the final result is this. And when we solve this bracket, 2 plus 1 equals to 3. When 3 divided by 2, the answer is 1.5. 1.5 when multiplied by 2, the answer is 3. And this 3 is multiplied this figure, which is incremental increase, and then this add in all this figure, 2011 present population and this average increase population, and we can get this projected population of year 2031. Graphical method. In this method, the population of last few decades are correctly plotted to a suitable scale on a graph. The population curve is smoothly extended for getting future population. This extension should be done carefully, and it requires proper experience and judgment. The best way of applying this method is to extend the curve by comparing with population curve of some other similar cities having the similar growth condition. This is the graphical method, and you can see that the population from 1941 to 2051, and this is the present population 2011 according to different figures, and this dotted line shows the projected population till 2051. So this is the graphical method for showing population projection. Now comes the comparative graphical method. In this method, the census population of cities already developed under similar conditions are plotted. The curve of post population of the cities under consideration is plotted on the same graph. The curve is extended carefully by comparing with the population of curve of some similar cities having the similar condition of growth. The advantage of this method is that the future population can be predicted from the present population even in the absence of some of the past census report. This is the example of comparative graphical method. Let the population of a new city X can be given for decades 1970, 1980, 1990, and 2000 were this respectively. The cities A, B, C, and D were developed in similar condition as that of city X. It is required to estimate the population of the city X in the year 2010 and 2020. These are the data of different cities are given, city A, B, C, and D. So how we can show all these data in a comparative graphical method. So this is the example. Population curve for the city A, B, C, D, and X were plotted. Then an average mean curve is also plotted by a dotted line. The population curve X is extended beyond 50,000, matching with the dotted mean curve. From the curve, the population obtained from city X are 58,000 and 68,000 in year 2010 and 2020. This is the year 2000, and in 2010 this is the projected population of this city, and in 2020 this is the projected population of city X. What is master plan method? The big and metropolitan cities are generally not developed in haphazard manner but are planned and regulated by local bodies according to a master plan. The master plan is prepared for next 25 to 30 years for the city. According to the master plan, the city is divided into various zones such as residence, commerce, and industry. The population densities are fixed for various zones in the master plan. So by this method, it is very easy to assess precisely the design population. Now comes the importance of population projection. Why we can project the population? We can project the population for better economic development. The process of industrialization, urbanization, and the knowledge regarding the future condition is not only limited to the planners, economists, or administrators, but today entrepreneurs, traders, and customers too are worried about the future conditions. For planners, population projection helps the planner to find out the trends in the growth of population between two census. For migration, they provide estimate of future trends relating to migration at the national and other international levels. Population projection are required for planning adequate investment for essential necessities like food, shelter, and clothing, essential prerequisite for human development such as education, employment, and healthcare, optimal utilization of the available human resources for economic and social development. What are the limitations of population projection? It is neither an adequate nor a complete method of population projection to give information regarding age group. The projection is done on the axiomatic assumption that the demographic projection of the future is based on the growth rate of the past and that the prevailing situation will remain in the future too. This method fails to make projection about birth rate, death rate, and migration because it assumes them as constant. Now comes the recent update. This is the Pakistan population projection about the total births per woman, and you can see that this is from 1950 to 2050, and the current situation of Pakistan for the total births per woman is almost 3.4, and this is continuously dropped till 2050 at 2.2 level. This is the total number of child births per woman, and this fall from almost 6.5 to 2.4% in 2050. This is how we can show the projection. This is the total deaths per 1,000 live birth of Pakistan population projection and from 1950 to 2050, and the current rate is almost 52,000 deaths per 1,000 live birth, and this rate deaths per 1,000 live birth are also declining in the future. So this is the projection of Pakistan death rate. Pakistan population by year projection in from 2022 to 2050, the growth rate of Pakistan population is continuously declining. From now, the current growth rate of Pakistan population is 2.08%, and this growth rate is continuously declining. So that's why the population are not double as such. So that's the method how we can show the projections. This is one of the article which is related to the population projection of Pakistan, what is there in 2028, and in this article they can said that the sex ratio, birth rate and death rate are decreased over time. Reproductive women is increased, so we can carefully make the policies about family planning, and we can reduce the population of Pakistan. Now it's time for the MCQs. MCQ number 1, country XYZ stats show birth rate is high, death rate is low, immigration is high, and emigration is low. Which type of projection is shown by this country?
A.
A is the right answer, high projection. In ABC city, some area of residence designed properly and the zone of that area divided according to residential and commercial area. Density of population are also fixed. Which method of projection is used? Incremental increase method, master plan method, graphical method, comparative graphical method.
Master plan method.
B is the right answer, master plan method, because the city is designed properly and there are different zones in which the cities are divided. 4 town A, B, C and D having population 1000, 2000, 3000 and 4000, all having similar developed condition, which is best method to represent the present population and also project future population. Graphical method, comparative graphical method, master plan method, incremental increase method.
B.
B is the right answer, comparative graphical method, because different cities, because there are different cities population are given, so we can shown in a comparative graphical method. Predict the population for year 2021 and 2031 of city XYZ. Following data will be given and using arithmetical increase method. Any guess? A is the right answer. And now we come towards solution. These are the years and this is the population, 10,000, 30,000 and 60,000. And when we minus 30,000 from 10,000, 20,000 increase in 2001 and 30,000 increase in 2011. And the average increase in population is 50,000. And when we put these figure in the formula for projecting the population 2021, 60,000 is the present population of 2011. 50,000 is the average incremental increase and it is multiplied by 1, which shows the number of decade, and the final result is 1.1. Final answer is 1,10,000. And when for 2031, 60,000 present population, 50,000 average increase in population multiplied by 2, because there are 2 number of decades, and the final answer is 1,60,000. So the answer is A. Country XYZ stats show but both birth and death rate are high. Immigration and emigration are also high. Which type of projection is followed by country? High projection, medium projection, low projection, lowest projection.
C.
C.
C is the right answer, low projection. Predict the population 2021 and 2031 of town A, B, C by using incremental method. Following data are given. Any guess? A is the right answer. And this is the solution. This is the population of different year. 1981, the population is 10,000, and then it is In 1991, this is 30,000, 60,000, and 1 lakh, and the average increase in 30,000 minus 10,000, 20,000. Average increase is 30,000, and this is 40,000. And total increase in population is 90,000. And this is the average increase. When we divided 90,000 with 3, the answer is 30,000. And incremental increase. And for incremental increase, 3,000 minus 30,000 minus 20,000, answer is 10,000, and 40,000 minus 30,000, answer is 10,000. Total population 20,000, and average incremental increase when we divided 20,000 with 2, the answer is 10,000. And when we put this in the formula for projecting 2021, P is the present population, which is 1 lakh. N is the number of decade, which is 1, multiplied by X, which is average increase in population, which is 30,000, and incremental increase, which is 10,000. And the answer we can get is 1,40,000. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. 3 divided by 2, answer is 1.5. 1.5 when multiplied by 2, answer is 3. This 3 is multiplied by 10,000. The answer is 30,000. And when we add in this figure 60,000 and 1 lakh, the answer is 1,90,000. So this is the incremental method for calculating the population projection of different years. In this graph, the actual population of different years are plotted and the future estimation of population are also done. Which type of method is this? Graphical method, comparative graphical method, geometrical method, S-shaped curve.
A.
A, graphical method is the right answer. The population of community XYZ in 2021 is 30,000 and annual growth rate is 4. Project the population in 2025. The answer is A, 34,800, and this is the solution. 30,000 is present population, multiplied by 1 plus 4 is annual growth rate, which is divided by 100. So we can get 0.04, and 4 is the number of years between 2021 and the projected year, which is 2025. So the number of year is 4. When we divided 0.04 multiplied by 4, the answer is, and plus 1, we can get 1.16. And when it is multiplied by 30,000, the answer is 34,800. Pakistan lies in developing countries and there is high projection of population in country. What this statement shows about population transition? A is the right answer because in Pakistan, birth rate is high, death rate is low, immigration is high, and emigration is low. This graph shows the total birth per woman. Find out the current figure of total birth per woman from this graph. Current figure.
3.4.
B.
B, 3.4 births per woman. References of my presentation, and thank you. Sorry for missing the key part. I will add one more slide of key of the MCQs.
Recording in progress.
Any question? Any question?
No, Dr. Naila, I think we can end this meeting.
Okay. Khuda Hafiz.